Hello, this is me, Nicholas, also known as Franz the Executioner. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing some advice on how to get good deals when thrifting or looking for things for a bargain. And I'm going to be sharing what I do, so you guys can do that as well and do it safely and with a smart mind. The foundation for looking for good deals and being a bargain hunter, I would say, is patience, having the mindset and taking the time to look, and knowing where to go, and not going to the places that you're going to get ripped off. So those are the three things to look out for. And that basically the foundation. Have the patience to look through stuff and know where to go, where not to go. And have the time to actually go to these places and find what you're looking for. Because you never know. So that's the foundation. What I do, and this is one thing I do, and I get things for free, is if you live in a wealthy area, even if you live in a non-wealthy area, it doesn't matter what area you live in. Usually, there will be at least one day a week where people throw out items that they don't want, like actual items, whether it's furniture, kids' toys, or plates and dishes, whatever. There's usually a day for that in most towns. I think all towns, but regardless, I usually go around and just take a walk, and if I see something that I need or can use and I have the space for it, I usually pick it up for free. For an example, I was once I was looking for a shoe rack to put my shoes on, and next time I was going to the thrift store, I was going to look for one and buy one. However, one day I was walking around on trash day, and I found in good condition, a metal shoe rack that had nothing wrong with it. So I brought it home, cleaned it up, sanitized it, and checked that off a list. I didn't even need to buy one. So that's something you can do. And I only suggest to garbage pick or grab stuff off that are thrown out only if the stuff is on the curb, not on somebody else's property, not on a property of a actual establishment. So don't garbage pick from businesses. That's just going to end you up in trouble. What I'm saying specifically is that people just throw stuff out, put it on the curb for the garbage men, and it's not on their property, then it's typically okay. It's not going to get you in trouble. But that's what I'm specifically talking about. I'm not condoning for people to go garbage picking at stores or anything. That's not okay. That could get you in hot water. So I want to clarify that. Also, look for secondhand stores that have good prices and have sales. It's always best if you go on sale days. Sometimes thrift stores have sales that rotate between different weeks, depending on how they're run. And always look out for thrift shops that are generally budget priced. Don't go to Goodwill. Don't go to these places that portray themselves as thrift shops, but they're actually not, because it's just bad. Just look out for places. You might have to go out of your area to find a good thrift shop. You might have to go in the next town over or a few towns over. If you don't drive, you might need to take an Uber into another town or city. But yeah, look for places that have budget prices and good prices for what the items are. And also, as far as antique shops, not all antique shops have a larger range of prices. That can be kind of hard to find because antique shops are typically different than a thrift store. Some of them also consign like a thrift shop, but they're a different clientele. However, there are some some antique shops that do have lower budget items. And I suggest looking around those. Like if you need glassware, occasionally you can find an antique shop that is willing to negotiate prices a little bit, or that has pretty good prices for the item. Not all of them do, but just keep a lookout. And those are really my advice and different tips and tricks in finding things that you might need or want to get. And it's always good to also, and one more tip, if you want an item, right? Say you want a medieval tunic, right? Look up online the general price of the average tunic. You look up on, say, on Google Images, medieval tunic. Typically, images will show up, and if you hit shopping, you will find the average prices for medieval tunics, right? And if you go to and you know the average price for a medieval tunic of the style, fabric, or whatever you're looking for, and you go to the thrift shop, say you find it, because it is a hit or miss, say you find that style, fabric, and type of tunic. Say it is a $300 handmade embroidered tunic made of 100% linen, right? Which is a very expensive high-end tunic. And say you want one and you go to different thrift shops and you happen to find one for $7 on sale, 50% off. That is a very good deal. That is a very good bargain. But it's always good to do your research beforehand and know what kind of bargains that you're getting. Because I would hate to see someone purchase something say they purchase a tunic that's made of polyester and ended up coming from Temu or AliExpress for $5 and they spent $10 on it. That would really suck. So it's always good to look up what general types of items you're looking for in general beforehand. And that tunic story is a true story. I have found many tunics, because I wear medieval clothing as self-expression, and I found many tunics that are over $100 worth if you buy them from the actual sellers, because they're handmade, they're natural fibers, and the embroidery work on them is hand done. And I have found over $300 tunics, several times this happened, for $7, for $5, at most $15. You just need to know where to go, take the time to look through things, be patient. If you don't find what you're looking for one day, it's okay. You can go again to another thrift shop, or you could go back to the same one, and you might find what you need. If something you see is too expensive for your budget at the moment and that item is not on sale that day, wait. It might be there when you come back the next time. I had that happen to me. I have a velvet tunic, a purple velvet silver threaded tunic that I saw. It was $7.99 that day. That was a little bit too pricey for me. I wanted to wait till it was on sale. I knew it was a niche item. I took the chance to leave it and come back the next day or come back a few days later. I came back a different day. It was on sale for 75% off. And I did end up getting it. So that is a very good mindset to have. Even if something goes, you might find something better the next time. Even if that item you wanted isn't there anymore. It's always better to shop smart than shop dumb. And know what you want. So like, subscribe, leave a nice comment, and have a great day, everyone. Peace.